Good evening, one and all. Good evening, one and all present in this virtual meeting room. All of you know today is our first webinar of this Environment and Development Series 2. From September 2020, we are organizing webinars on biodiversity and environment and development. So far, we have been organized 41 webinars, and Botany Department of Shivabharati Mahavidyalaya, Kapgari, Jhargram, West Bengal, Flora and Fauna Asia Facebook group, and Drishtikon organization, we all three are organizing these webinars. Dr. Debabrata Das is Head and Associate Professor of Botany, Lalgড় Government College, Lalgড়, Jhargram, West Bengal. He is the admin of Flora and Fauna Asia Facebook group, and he is quite enthusiastic and want to tag all the same-minded people who want to work for environment from their heart. We all are working here voluntarily and looking forward to organize so many webinars. So I would like to welcome our today's speaker, Suman Kumar Sahu sir. And now I would like to request Dr. Das to welcome our research person to introduce him before the participants. Dr. Das.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for your nice introduction. Now, today's webinar is on the way for environment and development. Suman Kumar Sahu, Fishery Extension Officer, Haldia, Fisheries Department, Government of West Bengal, is a very popular name of Bengali leading newspaper in the state of West Bengal for its innovative fishery and related works and fish farmers well developer. Though his good initiative, fish farmers of Haldia getting state and national award for producing more fish in a scientific manner. As a successful extension officer, Suman Kumar Sahu has developed a large number of fish farmers by taking innovative initiatives at the grassroots level, implemented family farming farm school under Atma scheme in Haldia, which is first time in the subcontinent, and a report published in local newspaper Ahmedabad Patrika and journal Aquaculture magazine. He has introduced various fishes for the first time in the state of West Bengal, such as amur, common carp, pengua fish, labio, fimbriatus, American pomfret fishes, and implemented diversified fish farming by introduced commercial farming of indigenous endangered fishes at the field level through motivating the fish farmers. Even researchers and in and around the state. As a consultant, Suman Kumar Sahu writes various articles on practical experience on fish farming in popular newspaper and in other that is local magazines like Anuradha Patrika, Sangbad Pratidin, Kuber Kolom, Sangbad Najor, Ekdin, Daily Newspaper, etc. And in magazines such as Krishi Jagoron, Sushosto, Shoptoki, and Bottomon, etc. He has been honored by the memorial that is body by Director SIFA, that is in Bhubaneswar, and also received Excellence Award 2019, Sidhu Kanu Birsa University, shortly SKBU, Purulia, West Bengal by IASR, and received Best Paper Presentation Award in ISEE, National Seminar on Integrated Farming System for Enhancing Farmers' Income and Nutritional Security, in collaboration with University of Animal and Fishery Sciences, Kolkata. Along with practical field and related work, he published his research work at various scientific journals such as Aquaculture, World, India, Bangladesh, Journal of Zoology, Asian Journal of Microbial Biotech, Environmental Science, International Research Journal of Basic and Applied Sciences, and so on. Actually, he studied in West Bengal University of Animal and Fishery Sciences and done his master's in Fishery Sciences in Fishery and Pathology and Microbiology as special paper. Now he is working as Fishery Extension Officer. So Suman sir, now please you start your presentation before the audience. All are waiting for your nice talk. So sir, start now your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I thanks to everybody to present here, and thank you to organizer to give me such opportunity to deliver a topic. Just share the slide and then. Okay. My slide is visible, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. First of all, I thanks to everybody who are present here, and I of course thanks to the organizer, Department of Botany, Seva Bharati Mahavidyalaya, Kapgadi, and also express my gratitude to Flora and Fauna Asia Facebook group in collaboration with the Drishtikon Organization of West Bengal. I like to deliver the topic on integrated diversified fish farming in Haldia, West Bengal, an innovative means for enhancing productivity, livelihood improvement, and better environment. I am Suman Kumar Sahu, Fishery Extension Officer, Haldia, Department of Fishery, Government of West Bengal. We all know the aquatic ecosystem. It's mainly divided in inland and marine, represent the most biodiverse source of food consumed by human. This includes animals such as crustaceans, mollusks, reptiles, amphibians, finfish, etc. Freshwater ecosystem cover only 1% of the Earth's surface, but provide habitat for over 40% of the world freshwater fish species. In aquatic ecosystem, we can divide it in three parts: freshwater ecosystem, brackish water ecosystem, and marine ecosystem. Whereas pond and lake and river and stream fall into freshwater ecosystem. Their salinity level is 0. But in case of brackish water ecosystem, the salinity range is 5 to 35 ppt. It is estuarine, sea coast, manmade ecosystem that fall into the brackish water ecosystem. And marine, that more than 35 ppt salinity, the vast ocean, they are fall into the marine ecosystem. So these three type of aquatic system, which comprise freshwater, brackish water, and marine ecosystem. Freshwater are one of the ecosystem most heavily affected by activity, threat to biodiversity in aquatic ecosystem, and also changing climate. Major impact on biodiversity include pollution, habitat loss, and degradation, draining wetland, river fragmentation, poor land management practices. So the biodiversity of the fish can thus serve as indicator of ecosystem health. Freshwater biodiversity is threatened and has declined in many areas, and result this impact. In impact on, you can see the flowchart, in impact on human, it is the vice versa. The human pressure in aquatic ecosystem effect on human activity.
I am interacting, sir.
Please.
I think the slide is not moving.
Oh, slide is not moving. Okay. Okay, again I share it.
Second slide, sir.
Second slide, aquatic ecosystem.
You are in the first slide only. Now you have to change second slide.
Now it is
No.
only first slide.
Yes.
Now,
No. Click on select. Yes. Now it is second slide.
second slide means aquatic ecosystem.
Aquatic ecosystem. Okay.
Okay.
Sir,
Then
can you
this-
just change it to slideshow mode?
Yes.
Then it
Now
will be
it is-
visible properly. It's in the normal mode. You can just select the slideshow mode.
But when I select slideshow mode, now I select slideshow mode. It's okay?
Yeah, please.
Threat to biodiversity, you can see this slide?
Let's do biodiversity. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's over, then next slide. Visible, next slide?
No, threats to biodiversity. This one is third slide. You are changing your slide.
I am now in fourth slide.
If you give in slide changing mode or slideshow mode, then it will come up automatically.
Now it is fourth slide. Okay?
No, fourth slide. This one is third slide. This one is fourth slide.
Okay, I show you this type. The sector provides livelihood opportunity to more than 25 million fishers directly and indirectly in the primary level in India. If see in India, at present, the second largest fish producing and second largest aquaculture nation in the world. The freshwater aquaculture sector of the country has witnessed the growth of freshwater aquaculture from backyard farming to commercial fish farming. Backyard farming means in our home side pond to commercial fishery where the farmers is producing more fish. Through the diversification of several potential fish species into culture system in recent years. Carp, catfish, prawn, molasses, ornamental fish provide an ultimate goal for diversification of species culture. Inclusion of some of these species has resulted in greater production, has expanded the species scope for fish farmer and consumer. In addition, new indigenous and some improved species, we can say the GI species, genetically improved species, can also a scope for farming sector for diversification in aquaculture. We can see next slide. You can see the map of in our India. Can you see? Aquaculture is one of the fastest growing enterprise with varied resource and an important source of food and nutrition and livelihood and income. We told earlier. Aquaculture resource in India include 2.36 million hectare of pond and tank. We all know. And 0.798 million hectares in addition to 195-210 kilometer of rivers and canals and 2.907 million hectare of reservoir, and that could be utilized for aquaculture purpose. It is the resource of in our India. And we can you mapped our country in respect of farming. Then we can see in our West Bengal, here is the farming prospect or advanced farming prospect is done. And we can see also some other state also like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and others indicate the map showing from the site of Government of India. The next slide. In case of our Haldia, our topic, we can discuss the Haldia is located in West Bengal, India. It is a district of Purva Medinipur. In the state of West Bengal, the success story of fishers community from Haldia, a rural and urban mixed area, because the port city is the Haldia, nearer is the rural area, nearby urban Haldia. The district is shining example, the Haldia is a shining example of how technology and innovative cultivation methods can transform the agrarian economy and upliftment of lives of the farmers, fish farmers. Haldia is one of the important place of West Bengal, India, having tremendous reach for fisheries and aquaculture development. I will show the slide, next slide, their activity and integrated approach towards the environmental friendly activity of fish farming. The increase the species diversification in freshwater aquaculture is emphasized in current year for realization of higher yield through effective use of niches of the pond environment. The farmers are accepting. They are accepting various type of fishes in our culture system in polyculture mode, and they are producing commercially endangered indigenous species, fishes. I show you later in next slide. In many cases, diversification in aquaculture is constrained by limitation of community acceptance. You all know. I repeat it. In many cases, diversification in aquaculture is constrained by limitation in community acceptance. But in Haldia, the farmer, they accept it. The diversification in aquaculture, they accept it. They're producing such type of endangered indigenous species like magur, singi, koi, in so-called commercial fishes like rui katla in polyculture mode. A model for proper utilization of water body by the integrated diversified fish farming practice is one of the best example of community acceptance at Haldia. Not only fish, they are using their pond dike through various type of vegetable plant. I show you later, next slide. We can see details in Haldia. Haldia state is the country in India, state in West Bengal, district Purva Medinipur. It is the 60.44 square kilometer area. It is a rural area nearby the municipal town of Haldia. It comprises 4 gram panchayat, Barutturingli, Chokdipa, Devok and Deulpota. Total 24 mauja. And effective pisciculture area is 495 hectares. And also the place where you can see the 3 type of ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. You can see the freshwater farming system. Earlier I show you 3 type of ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem, freshwater, brackish water and marine. Haldia is the good example of both 3 type of aquatic ecosystem you can see. You can see here the freshwater inland fishery freshwater aquaculture resource. You can see brackish water sector and also the marine sector, which is the nearby port Haldia Bandar. You all know, the nearer to sea. And locally available various type of fish we can see. And some remarkable point I like to share that in this way, this integrated diversified aquaculture way, the farmers also recognize various type of award. State level award like Min Mitra awardee fish farmer, and one of them is a woman fish farmer, Srimati Arati Bormon, who's a woman who started farming from a small pond nearby his home. But now he expand this fish farming near about 600 bighas. He's one of the most progressive fish farmer in our state, and he recognized as a best fish farmer by Min Mitra award by our fishery minister. And also Sri Narayan Burman, he also recognized state level award. And other fish farmers, they get level award from national, like Sudip Bikas Khatwa, Panchanan Mantri, Sarat Chandra Bhomik, Krishna Prasad Samanto. And this farmer also influence others, motivate the other fish farmers to doing like this environmental friendly farming. This is diversified, integrated aquaculture practice. Proper resource utilization, species diversification with conservation of indigenous endangered species. The farmers producing in commercial practice in Pabda, Magur, Shingi, Koi, Tangra, we all know these are the endangered species. And some new species they are introduced the first time in our state in West Bengal, like Amur carp. It's a Cyprinus carp. The scientists from Fishery Research and Information Center from Karnataka, they are producing such type of fish through selective breeding process. It is not hybridization. We all know the selective breeding, it is a natural process, selective breeding process. Choosing the best one, best offspring. The name, this is Amur carp. And also farmer introduced the new species like Pengba, the state fish of Manipur. This is our country indigenous species, but it is a endangered in that region. The Pengba fish, they are producing Pengba in commercial farming along with Rui, Katla, Mrigel in polyculture mode. It is a herbivorous fish like grass carp. They are also introducing Dakshinatya Rui, but Deccan Rui. The scientific name is Leviophimbreatus. And also they are farming in milk. Please I show you details in next slide. And they are also using one of the best practice. This is the environmental friendly practice. This is the using of organic juice. It is a one type of organic farming. By using of organic juice, they are interested because the production cost of the fish is reduced by using such type of organic juice. It is and such scientific recommendation has helped in long-term rural livelihood improvement of the fish farmers in Haldia. You also can you see the slide, integrated diversified farming system slide? Can you? Okay, thank you. The slide is going on rightly. You can say the integrated diversified farming system, integrated is a sustainable and effective means for improving rural economy due to its cumulative cost effectiveness, low investment and higher profitability. You all know this thing. But practically this is implemented by the farmers of Haldia. You can see the two picture. One is the Haldia's urban picture, and here you can see the Haldia's rural picture. The boy standing beside me is a very young farmer in Haldia. In this Corona COVID situation, he working in a factory in Haldia. But in this situation, he left the job and he decided to start the farming, and he take lease just 1 bigha. pond. But see, properly utilize the pond dye to producing various type of vegetable. This is a greater role for livelihood improvement in Haldia. Not only this boy, so many farmers are now they are producing, doing such type of activity, growing a horticulture crop on the pond environment. In popular in Haldia day by day, various horticulture crop like banana, papaya, potato, Indian spinach, cowpea, okra, French beans, different kind of gourd, cauliflower, cabbage, tomato, radish, various type of vegetable. They are cultivated. The purpose of this study was to explore this farming system which is related to proper resource utilization, species diversification, and new species introduction and conservation of endangered indigenous species for better environment in our primary sector like fishery. You can see the another picture. The farmer is the farm at Daribedia village, the farm of Narayan Burman. See, using some commercially important tree. It is ornament tree. The silt from the pond bottom is used as a nutrient source for enhancement of the yield from horticulture crop. The pond water is used to irrigate the crop, vice versa. In the village, for the purpose of fish farming, the scope of fish farming is increasing by fishing on the land. Not only the divers of fish farming, but also the fish farmer of Haldia have done fish farming in an environment-friendly way. We can see the example of this photo. The bank of the pond is also being used as a various type of cultivation. Such farming with fish through low-cost, short-time, suitable technology in a planned way in the pond, we can say. Another picture you can see. It is a plan-wise. They are doing such type of activity in a plan-wise. This method produces more production in less space, although this method is traditionally used by the villager in sporadic manner. We all know. If you visit some village, you can this type of activity, but it is scattered way, not its planned way. But the farmer, they are doing this activity in their commercial farming system in well manner, well planning way. The feature of the Haldia is that it goes according to plan. As a result, this method is becoming very popular day by day. Profitable farming with low capital cost. It is accepted by farmer as a profitable farming with low capital cost because they are earning from fish and they are earning from such type of vegetable also. And in our concern, who think about the environment, we all know this practice is in our current the global warming situation, in our current climate changing situation, in case of our thinking about environment, it is the good practice management, good management practice in aquaculture. That type of practice doing by fish farmers of Haldia. Different seasonal vegetable cultivated round the year. The integrated pond management with fish and vegetable on the pond dye we talk is an excellent approach for the sustainable production as well as income and employment generation. So because the farmers, they are all person to doing such type of activity, and also employment generation also. You can see that this picture also. It is another pond. Here in the way the bank of the pond, they are using some banana trees. Moreover, it should be noted that there is no bamboo trees, but it will be difficult to cultivate fish with the fallen leaves. It should mind. We have to consider we have to think that no bamboo trees, bamboo leaves. It is affected fish farming. So other than bamboo, we can using such different type of vegetable plants. The dike pond system is an excellent artificial ecological agriculture system also in our agricultural view. With its special structure, it has many advantages compared to other agricultural production. In the system, the fertilizer, water, soil can be readjusted automatically, and flood and drought climates can be prevented so that the inferior land can be made fertile. You can see that example in the village of Bamunchok, the farm of Subrojyoti Sahu. Say using such type of greenhouse in our pond dike. Next picture. More benefit in plant integrated fish farming, fish pond, vegetable on pond dike, fruits, etc. You can see such type of picture also. The next picture you can see, it is a ginger horticulture, fish integrated farming. It is also a advanced technology. He using such type of bags in the pond dike, and there is a ginger. It is a very advanced technology. By which method he producing ginger also in his pond dike. And lastly, such type of activity also cover some newspaper also, the farmers activity, and we also provide some training program. The most of all, which is based more important that the farmers, they adopted, they accepted to doing such thing in a planned manner, and day by day, farmers to farmers, it spread from one farm to another farm. And also this is also covered by some newspaper also. We can see in the slide. This is the integrated farming manners. And after publishing newspaper, it's also help our extension activity also, because other farmers when they read such news from newspaper, they are also motivated to doing such thing. Through this activity, day by day, the farmers of that in this region, they are doing such type of activities, eco-friendly activity. They are not only produce the fish, they are using their pond dike properly in a good manner to producing such type of vegetables. Now I come to benefit of another integrated approach. This is the fish cum duck farming. The water surface of the pond can be put into full utilized by the duck. The fish pond provide an excellent environment to duck, which prevent them from infection of parasite also. Duck feed on predator and help the fingerling to grow. The rise in fish pond reduce the demand for protein 2 to 3% in the duck feed. The concept of recycling organic waste in aquatic resource is an age-old practice. But in Haldia, the farmer, I told earlier, they are doing such thing in commercial way, in a planning manner. Integrated of pig fish, poultry fish, duck fish system. Did the recycling of farmyard waste are some of the available options. They are searching the, you can see in picture, they use a khaki gambe. It's one type of duck. Another farmer they are using cow. Another farmer they are using poultry also. What is the now? Duck dropping go directly into the water, providing essential nutrient to increase the biomass of natural food organism. The daily waste of duck feed, it is calculated that about 220 to 30 grams per duck serve as a fish feed in the pond or as a manure, resulting in higher fish yield. Fish production increase because and also the cost also reduce. Manuring is conducted by duck and homogeneously distributed without any helping duck dropping. Actually, it is vice versa, and it helps to produce more fish in a low investment. By the virtue of the taking the action of the dark in search of the benthos, the nutritional element of soil get diffused in water and promote plankton production. Plankton we all know, the phytoplankton or zooplankton. This is the primary feed of fish. If we producing more plankton, then the commercial feed it need less in number because we produce more natural feed. In our Haldia, the farmers they understand now. What understand now? If they using more commercial feed, then the cost of production of fish will be more. If they producing natural feed like plankton, zooplankton, phytoplankton, then requirement of artificial feed, commercially available artificial feed, it will be requirement, minimum requirement. Then it will be low cost fish production. Ducks serve as a bioaerator also. They swim, play, chase in the pond. It is increase the dissolved oxygen in water with help to produce more fish. We all know this mechanism. The feed efficiency and the body weight of the duck increase, and the split feed could be utilized by duck raised in the fish pond increased by 3.5% due to the clean environment of the fish pond. Duck keep aquatic plant in check. No additional land is required for duckery activity. In result in high production already told in fish, duck eggs, duck meat in unit in unit time in water area in one time they can get fish, duck egg, duck meat. It ensures the high profit through less investment. That's why the farmers they are interested to doing such thing. In picture you can see is a Bondita Bhumik, the woman fish farmer. Along with his husband, he doing his such type of activity. It's a village of Basanchok in Haldia in Baru Utturingli Gram Panchayat. Not only mainstream Miguel, the farmers of Haldia they are producing some small indigenous species. We all know this is the SIS, so we tell the small indigenous species play an important role in the diet in not only rural population, in all population. Not only an animal protein source, but also is a source of range of other essential nutrients such as vitamin A, calcium, iron. Earlier in our farming practice, if we recall our past academic thing, that we told that we have to kill the such type of fishes by using a moa coal, because we produce mainstream fish only rui, katla, mrigel. We call in Bengali like amacha. This is the small in Morala, Uti, etc. Farm of a primary health center nearby a pond, farming by a farmers, Lokikanto Das, keep producing in polyculture manner, Morala, Puti along with Rui Katla. We all know the small indigenous species mean the fishes, the size grow up to 25 centimeter or 9 inches in the adult or mature stage. We fall this category in a small indigenous species. Morola, Puti, Papta, so many fishes fall in this category. Polyculture of small indigenous species and carp was conducted in small rural seasonal pond in Haldia to investigate the production potential and to survey the nutritional impact on farmers' families. The farmers' family are there accepting such type of activity. And very interesting thing is that this is the self-recruiting species. The farmer they are collecting such type of seed from rice field, because it is no such type of hatchery is now in our area. They are producing such type of Mohra putti, no hatchery. The farmers, they are collecting from rice field, and they stocked along with IMC, Indian Mesorca, Ruicatlan Miguel, IMC, this type of Morola putti, and this is the self-recruiting species. They breed automatically and they increase their population, and after final harvestment, they collect such type of fish and sell in the market very high amount. And such type of activity, they motivate the farmer. Really, it's fantastic. If they in such type of species, they get more profit. In our thinking that the endangered indigenous species, if farmer introduce their commercial farming, then we can say that we can restore such type of endangered species for in our future prospect. Another species, Pabda. We all know it is the Indian freshwater catfish, butter catfish, with a good market demand, particularly northeast part of India. It has a fine flesh with a soft meat texture, good taste, and high nutritional value, and low in bones, we all know. But Pabda, it is a riverine fish. It is also an endangered species. Rarely we found in our market before a few years ago. But now the farmers, and I happy to share with you that the farmer in Basanchak village, Sarat Chandra Bhumi, who firstly introduced the Pabda in our farm in commercial way, and he successfully produced such type of fishes with the help of Central Freshwater Aquaculture in Rohra Center, in our in also there's wings in Kalani also. The scientists also visit the in the nursery stage. Get result because the very critical stage is there is rearing in nursery stage. In nursery stage, the maximum mortalities occur. Farmer using innovative approach. This is using mud pot technique. We say it unique, innovative mud pot technique developed for mixed culture of Pabda with IMC. We can see in the picture some mud pot in the pond bottom. They are using 5 number of mud, this type of pot in part decimal pond. This is a unique technique adapted by the farmer. By this activity, farmer getting more survivability of Pabda. Then they are interested, they are motivated to culture the Pabda along with IMC. What is the technology behind it? They are firstly producing monoculture in nursery beds. 0.5 to 1 gram of Pabda seed they stock in the pond. 1 acre area they stock 50,000 of Pabda seed. After 45 to 60 days, this is the very crucial time. They are using only this mud pot and they are using organic juice. Only 3 days interval. And another nothing they invest or they put in their pond. Only they using organic juice. Through this technique, they produce within 45 to 60 days 8 to 10 gram of Pabda. Then they using this Pabda in polyculture along with IMC. Then after 6 to 7 months, Pabda reaches 60 to 70 gram, and another IMC they are also in marketable size. In 1 acre area, this is the view of these farmers that in 1 acre area, if we invest only 3 lakh rupees for farming of Pabda, after only 6 to 7 months, the farmer get 13 to 14 lakh rupees. This is the most profitable farming practice. This is the polyculture of Pabda, because Pabda is a high value piece in the market. I show you the details in economy. Details economy you can see in the picture. This is the 1 acre of 100 decimal. This is produced from the information of the farmers. The Mungwa coal they are using 500 kg. The local rate is 21 rupees per kg Mungwa. For 1 acre it is require 5000 kg. The lime they are using 300 kg. In market it is 10 rupees per kilo. Cow dung it is mostly free for farmer, but I take the point 75 rupees per kg cow dung. 300 200 kg cow dung is required for this culture of Pabda in 1 acre area. And the most interesting thing, they are using the fermented product, which is we called in local language Jaibo juice or organic juice. What is the ingredient of organic juice? GOC, groundnut oil cake, rice dust, yeast, chitegur mean molasses, wheat flour, ripe banana waste. They are using such type of ingredient to produce fermented product. Later in slide, I details about the fermented product, how the farmers produce and what is the technology behind it. I will show you next slide. And Pabda fish is stocked 50,000 Pabda fish. And they are using rohu. This is advanced fingerling, 150 to 200 gram. Silver cup, 150 to 200 gram, along with Pabda. And you can see that it is the rate chart. This is the local rate chart. They are using such a rate chart. 43,960 rupees. They are investing. And after then they get return 13 lakh 20,033 rupees. This is a very high profit culture system which is done by the farmers of Haldia. Such type of news also covered, some newspaper also, that Pukure Pabda মাছ চাষ করে লাভের মুখ দেখলেন বসান চকের শরৎচন্দ্র ভৌমিক. It's written that the Sharatchandra Bhaumik, he is getting more profit to producing Pabda in their pond. This news also published in newspaper. And to read this news, rest of farmers, they are interested and motivated. Now moreover 15 to 20 farmers, they are producing Pabda in commercial way. And I am again happy to share with you that in our Haldia, the most prestigious the festival which held before Corona, this is the Haldia Utsav and Haldia festival. In that time, this farmer they selling live Pabda in the ground of Mela. In the ground of festival, and the visitor they bring such types of Pabda from each counter. Then another fish is the Gulsa. It is also the endangered species. Scientific name is Cavasius. In recent years, Mr. Cavasius, in recent years, increase in anthropogenic pressure on the inland water resource has led to drastic degradation of reach of ichthyofauna. We all know that term. Many commercially important indigenous species are greatly threatened. It is also you all know. The Gulsa, the Mr. Cavasia is one of them, which is vast extinct. We see in the market, this is the Nona Tengra, Mr. Julio. But Mr. Cavasias, in very few years ago, we can see it in a rice field. And rarely if we found in market, it is a high value fish. This fish is a great favorite to consumer because it is a delicious taste. Therefore, have a great demand, fetching high price in the market. Gulsa Tengra, which is also known as a Gangetic vistas, is a freshwater catfish species belongs to the family Bagridae. Mr. Scabasias is a freshwater catfish which is a very popular food fish of inland subcontinent and has a high market price. Recently, it has also made its a mark as an ornamental fish also and has been exported to good market price from India. I show you in the because the nowadays the seed is available because some hatchery they are producing such gulsa tangra. In our you should see the picture, the farm of Bosanchok. The farmers they are producing this gulsa tangra in polyculture manner. The pictures taken at the time of harvest. In view of the farmer, the production and economic return of gulsa in very encouraging the culture of endangered species could ensure the availability of as well as conservation of species in inland. It is also omnivorous nature food habit. Actually, it feeds in zooplankton, insect larvae, small pieces, egg, worm, etc. But most important thing is that farmer adopted such type of farming. This is we can say this is the some hardcore type of mainstream farming. Because we all follow only the commercial farming, Rui Katla Miguel is the Moina model. They are producing only the Rui Katla. But the farmer in Haldia, they very much like to produce such type of pieces, and I also incorporating some on very important information to you all that in our COVID situation, when everything is locked down in situation. In this period, when every sector affected by this corona situation, but the approach of integrated, diversified farming system, the farmers of Boldia, they are in good condition because in their farm they are producing various type of pieces and they are on dike, which I earlier show you in slide, they are in good condition. Another fish is the magur. Carp are the mainstay of the Indian aquaculture. There are three species already I told. Major carp, kadla, Libioruita, Miguel, Serenas megala. Major part, it is the 87% of the total Indian aquaculture production cover. It is according to NMDB, National Fisheries Development Board. Apart from the carp aquaculture of various catfish, in Haldia, it's widely spreading as an organized industry due to its lucrative returns on investment. It is spreading because the lucrative return. This is the main thing which farmers, which attract the farmers and motivate the farmer to doing such type of activity. Cladius batracus is a suitable medium-sized catfish, popularly called magur. The most important aquaculture species of the catfish in the Eastern Asia, Clarias batracus, is belongs to family Claridae. We can see is the farm of Bamunchok. He producing the magur in polyculture mode. It is considered as a delicious and nutritious among the people of East and Northeast India, all over India actually. It is stock at higher density, that is 5 to 10 times greater than the carp stock density due to its hardy and air willingness. Means in 1 decimal point, when we stock the IMC in magur, stock 5 to 10 times. This is the main reason the farmer getting more profit. Small and shallow earthen pond and some cistern tank also they are using for their nursery page of magur, because in hatchery they can get only small size seed. If they stock such type in their commercial purposes, he can't. Few farmer using haba in their pond and some farmer using cemented tank to cover this nursery page. And then they stock in their grow out culture and they producing in polyculture mode. And generally bigger size seeds 3 to 5 grams, so good survival growth during the grow out culture practice. 3 to 5 grams. The fish tend to grow to size 120 to 150 gram in 7 to 8 months in earthen pond. It is a semi-intensive culture method in Haldia. And you can see some photograph in the slide. We also have to popular such type of activity. In the middle of the photo, you see some women. This is the self-help group women. They producing magur in their backyard pond, and also we give some student also in our seminar program for the free of cost for growing interest in our new generation such type of endangered species. This is the some activity which is shown in the slide. Another endangered species, this is the Anabas testu. It is also a threatened species. It is also cultivated in commercial farming practice system, and the farmers, they are like magur, they are also producing this koi. In Bengali we call koi, this air breathing fish, and it is also known as a climbing perch. Few progressive farmers successfully carried out the culture and market this high value fish in Haldia. In the picture you can see this is the Chaulkala. The farmer's name is Subroto Maiti, and another in the top of the picture you can see this farmer is Onukul Das from Barbajitpur village, and another farmers, they are also day by day they are producing such type of endangered species. The gain important among the consumer due to its flesh quality, restorative value, prolonged freshness, because it is a long time it is a air breathing fish. So that after harvest, long time prolonged freshness is observed, and it is also contain a high quality of physiologically available iron, copper, essential for hemoglobin synthesis. It is the good nutritional value. That's only. The stocking density 3 to 6 number per square meter for broad culture, and fish attain marketable size 50 to 60 gram. It's in a 1 year, and also in this period, farmer getting 2 crop in IMC and in the long time. The Vietnam koi, I show you now 1 year 50 to 60 gram, but in Vietnam koi, it is a market size is in a short period. It is only 3 to 4 months it can get market size. And nowadays farmers, they are also very prefer to using such type of Vietnam koi also. But in our Haldia farmers, they are doing both in Desi koi and Vietnam koi both. And such type of news is also published in Dainik Statesman in 22/10/2018. And to read such type of news, it is help us to our extension activity also. The other farmers, they are also encouraged and motivated to doing that. And in this year, in the current situation, the most of farmers, they are producing in polyculture manner, both in this type of pieces in their culture system. In this picture, you can see another picture is the sorputi, olive bark. It is also an endangered indigenous species. It is also produced by farmer in a polyculture manner. Scientific name is Umpia sarana, and it is used as a extra income for farmer. Farmer for producing sorputi, we can call sorputi or olive bark. They don't commercially, the progressive farmer, they not using any FCR. They don't need to calculate FCR for this piece. They only release along with IMC and getting extra income from to selling such of pieces. But in our view, it is helpful for diversified farming. It is helpful for restoration of endangered species like sorputi. And also such activity also reflect in newspaper also. That day when we distribute such seed first time in our Haldia, And nowadays, to more than farmers, they are and some farmer also using breeds sorputi in their fish nearby fish pond. Another very important species, this is the Penaeus indicus. In case of shrimp, we all know the shrimp is called is Bagda, Penaeus monodon. Monodon farming is the brackish-water farming sector. Nowadays, we all see, we listen that this is the Litopenaeus venami. Penaeus indicus farming has had to take a back seat due to farmers' preference for Penaeus monodon and Litopenaeus venami. Penaeus indicus actually is a not popular in farmers farm, but nowadays this Penaeus indicus it's a take its own position because it's a in hello because in a short period farmer get more profit. The adults are normally found in the depth less than 30 meter, but have also been caught from 90 meter. The stream naturally breed mostly marine habitats, Spain jubilant, and sub-adult stage 30 to 120 millimeter total length. It is the biology, and it can tolerate a wide range of salinity. Pond are fertilized with organic and inorganic fertilizer, and seed are stocked at the rate 60,000 to 1 lakh per hectare. 1 hectare means 10,000 meter square. The same feed on the natural food enhanced by pond fertilization and supplemented by artificial diet. Production 1,000 to 2,500 kg per hectare per crop is achieved in 3 to 4 months of culture period. Repeat, only 3 to 4 months of culture period. And farmers can produce such prawn or shrimp in their polyculture farming system. Nowadays, this fish is very popular in that region. So, farmer call in Bengali is the Orajindi. Another species you can see, this is the Pangasius. Has a range of quality that made it suitable candidate for aquaculture. Although Pangasius is mostly found freshwater, it can live in salt concentration 0.7% to 1%. It can farm in slight salinity water also, and now and also the Pangas, it is a very high profit piece, but I accept that the price is very low in market in our Bengal, but outside of this state like Jharkhand, like Bihar, like Uttar Pradesh, Pangas is a very much very much market demand. And nowadays, Pangas play a vital role in processing sector in export system because the flesh of the Pangas, it is used by some restaurant and some other countries. That's why farmers are interested to farm in Pangas for export. Pangas tend to explore as a skinless, boneless fillet, and the flesh color will vary from white to cream. We all know it is dependent on environment. Pangasius byproduct are also used in various applications such as fish meal, biodiesel, cosmetic. Because of the flesh has a medium fine grained meat texture and meal flavor, it also suitable for a range of value-added product. Pangasius exhibit a range of potential advantage in terms of resistance to low dissolved oxygen and high production yield. Already I showed both the slides. Some farmers, they are happily produce such type of fishes in their farming system, and some farmers, they are also breed the Pangas in their hatchery. Pangasius fish farming per acre. Here some economy reflect that it is a view of our farmers. They are using the lime, the expense. Actually, they are using groundnut oil kit, supplemental feed, price brand 720 kg per, which the local market is 16 kg per 16 rupees per kg. So overall the profit, he can get profit. You can see this is the 1,28,400. This is the local rate chart, and which is this information gathered from the farmers interview. And another species, it is the very historical background and future prospect of this species. Actually, this species is the mullet. It is a very ancient fish because this type mullet farming, it is not only in our India, its culture in Italy, we call such type of culture Bali culture. It is an ancient fish farming practice in world. In Egypt, we in Hosa culture system, we can see this mullet also. In Hawaii, Indonesia, there is a tambak culture system. In also China and other part of the world, the mostly very ancient culture of fish farming fish is the mullet. But in nowadays, mullet farming, in our polyculture mode in Haldia, most of the farmers, they are producing mullet in each farm. So all are showing this is the fishes they are producing polyculture. This fish is the Manipur state fish. It is called Pingba. Osteobrama belangiri is the scientific name. And the first time in our state in West Bengal, introduced in Haldia's fish farm, and farmers they are producing such type of fishes, this Pingba in Manipur. In Manipur, they celebrate a day. This is a Pingba day. But in Manipur state, it is endangered species. Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture, they are producing such type of seed, and the farmers, progressive fish farmers, Haldia, tried to culture. Grow of the Pingba has been confined mainly to the earthen pond, and culture practice is normally adapted in combination with calves and practice of the Pingba culture, and it can produce along with IMC. You can show some picture in palm. You can see the small baby fish, and after then they producing such Pingba fish. You can easily visible in the slide. 6 progressive fish farmer in Haldia, first time they brought the fish fry of this Pingba fish from Sifa Bhubaneswar. But that time, so not much technical information or culture is available, but they are interest for cultivate such type of fishes. The Kadla wing 300, they using in polyculture mode. They stocking Kadla 300 gram, 3 number of Kadla, 3 silver crab, 100 to 150 gram, 30 Rohu fish weighing 50 to 100 gram, 20 mrigel weighing 100 to 150 gram, and 15 Pingba fish. This is weighing 2 to 6 gram was stocked. All farmers, the 6 farmers from Haldia, the first time. After 3 months, there was 600 gram of Rohu and 1 kg of silver cup. They sold to market and restocked that number of Rohu and silver in the pond. After 7 to 8 months, that reached 1.2 kg to 1.5 kg, and Pingba it reached 400 gram in 7 to 8 months. In our region, if a farmer now he selling the brood Pingba for 400 rupees per kg. For brood Pingba, some hatchery owner they collect the seed, collect the brooder for breeding purpose. Next slide, it has already drawn up the strategic plan to doubling the freshwater aquaculture production through an increase in productivity and area because of Pingba form an important component of the carp culture as an extra income. It can be expected that there will be a major increase in production in fish farm because farmers they are interested because of extra income in polyculture mode. Thanks to ICAR SIFA, it has successfully commercialized this captive breeding technology of this fish species under the leadership of Dr. Pratap Chandra Das, principal scientist. The fish farmers of Haldia brought this fry the Pengba pieces are stocked their composite fish culture system. And more interesting thing is that woman, Bondita Bhumi. Bondita Bhumi, the woman of Bosanchok village, he has made the baby Pengba piece in the backyard pond of the house just 1 week before. He has shown that even if a housewife manages the housework, she can cultivate the fish by taking care of the house pond. Not only the fish farming to meet the demand of the fish house, now Pengba is earning by selling of the fish seedling. The heavily woman is the Bondita Bhumi. You can show some picture also in his pond, in her pond. He using hapa and he producing Pengba and selling it. Last week he also selling some pieces in a industry in Haldia. This is the Haldia Energy Limited, is the water body of this factory premises, and he is selling 1,000 Pengba seed to this industry. And so this news also covered some newspaper also. And nowadays the Pengba farming system is very popular in our area. You can see the newspaper article in the slide. Another fish is the Dakkinatte rui by Labio fimbriatus. Labio fimbriatus, you can see it is in this corona period, it is farming in the farming system. It is called also the rui of Deccan. The cultivation it is the Haldia in West Bengal, in the Godavari and Krishna river. It is a IUCN, it is red listed because it is a threatened species. It is also called fring-lipped carp. Scientific name is Labio fimbriatus. The commercial cultivation was carried out by the fish farmers. Early seedling successfully from the center. It is also collected from the Sifa Bhubaneswar. The cultivation of this variety, popularly referred as Dakkinatte rui, once almost non-existent in the region, came against the backdrop of the COVID pandemic, which brought the economy to some virtual standstill. A mid-sized variety, it is easy to cultivate along with other species because it is a vegetarian fish. It can produce in polyculture mode, and farmer getting extra profit by producing such type. And also it is reflected in newspaper in this year in Ajkal newspaper on 24th February. Another piece is the Amur carp. The existing Amur carp stock is having disadvantage because of early sexual maturity. Less than 6 months it matured, and that for that reason farmer not getting profitable income by using cyprine. Near about 25 km from Bengaluru city in Karnataka. The scientists, they are producing the Amur carp in their 10 years research from different geographical stock origin, Hungary, Vietnam, Indonesia, and they are using selective breeding process. Selective breeding, it is a natural process. It is not a hybridization. Selective breeding process, they are producing this fish called Amur carp, and in our Haldia, we bring this fish from Karnataka, which is cultivated first time in our state, and within 4th month, farmer getting 1.5 kg weight, and now it is day by day very popular. You can see in the picture the farmer who get also award from our chief minister in our state as a best fish farmer from Mati Utsav in Bardhaman district. Silent feature of the Amur carp. What is the silent feature? It is a fast growing, late mature, and accept the artificial feed. It is similar to Cyprinus carp, and disease resistant power also more, and that's why. And also the growth rate within 5 months 1.5 kg. It is very accepted by farmer because it is a high growth of this fish, and it can be easily cultured along with Indian measure carp. It is a male fish, Chanos. It is naturally present in Indian and Pacific Ocean. It is the national fish of Philippines, where this is known as a bangas. Milkfish is also we call Deccan Hilsa. This fish produce artificial breeding is done by Central Institute of Brackish-water Aquaculture, Chennai, and also we bring some seed from the Chennai. In our farmers, they stock the fish, and nowadays the milk fish is a very popular fish item in this region, and day by day it is spread one by one. Another farmer, the milk fish, it is also a very popular fish. Middle it is the news from Amur. We can see it is the news also reflect in the Anand front page in 12/10/2017. Now again I take in milk fish. Milk fish is also herbivorous feeding habit. It easily cultivate in polyculture mode along with other species, and it is tolerant high range of salinity. The interesting thing is it can culture in brackish water, means saline water, and also fresh water. This is the very profitable fish. Farmers can easily access some pieces. We conducted some, and also this reflect in some newspaper also. In newspaper of 2018, Anandabazar Patrika, Pratidin, Bartaman. But they are using term as a ilis, but it is not ilis, it's a milk fish. But the character of this milk fish is same like the ilis, because it's also in the sea, and when in breeding time it come to the river like Ilsa. Another fish is the gift tilapia. Tilapia, we all know it is easily available in our farming system, but tilapia is a restricted farming by Government of India, because for if farmer want to farming the tilapia is due to nature of prolific breeding. In environmental aspect, we should discourage the farmer to produce tilapia in the farm, because tilapia is a prolific prolific fish, breeder fish. That is harmful to the in our environment. If so, that reason, genetically improved farm tilapia, it is produced by RGCA, Rajiv Gandhi Center for Aquaculture. Nothing but is the all male population, and it is produced by selective breeding process. But some farmers, they are now interested to collect some monosex tilapia. It is produced from some treating hormone, 17-alpha-methyl testosterone. But in environmental aspect, in human aspect, this hormone is harmful for human. For that reason, we discourage to farming such type of tilapia. We encourage farming the gift tilapia. For that reason, we conducted a demonstration center by Department of Fishery in our state, and that project, two farmer of Haldia, they are producing genetically improved farm tilapia. It is also a breeding from seed collect from RGCA Chennai, and they successfully produce this piece. And some you can see some picture also. Within 100 days, farmer produce 300 gram, because it is all male population, no female is culture. That's why no breeding option is there, and the comparatively female than male growth is longer. That's why all male population, all male tilapia are used to cultivate in the farming system, and they farmer they getting the best result. And nowadays some processing plant, they are more interested to farming in contract farming system, because the tilapia demand is more in European country, in Dubai, and some part of South Asian country also. That's why in nowadays in our farmer, they bring some seed and commercially farming tilapia, and the processor, they collect the fish from the farmer side. Introduction of this fast growing, it is a fast growing fish and it is a hardy fish. And this is a paper, and some feature also is written that it is omnivorous. It is phytoplankton and aquatic plant. This feeding habit. and some the picture also is the drop. And this story also and this news also covered some এই সময় newspaper in 2018 dated সংবাদ প্রতিদিন and the gift therapy and to read some news other part of the farmer they are also interested, and for farming such gift tilapia farmers have to collect the registration or certificate from fishery department, and then they can show the certificate to RGCA, then they can get the seed. And nowadays it is very popular day by day for the high profit profit of the farming. It is a Jayanti Rui. You can see the picture of the Rui. Jayanti Rui, it is also product from SIFA, selective breeding process. Jayanti Rui, it is ICR SIFA collaboration with Aquaculture Research Norway. It is a digital power also more, and it collect from 5 river source from Ganga, Jamuna, Brahmaputra, Sutlej, Gomati, and ICR SIFA own stock. And then after this selective breeding process, they produce the Jayanti Rui. In our Haldia, the farmers they bring the seed from Bhubaneswar, and they are producing some seed, and this is also produced published in some newspaper also regarding Jayanti Rui. Another piece, it is the American pomfret. Pompano, Trachionola blochi, the commonly known as a silver pompano. American pomfret is one of the most highly desired marine and high value fish. Its flavor is excellent and its monetary value is high. It is Trachionodas family, genus Trachionodas family hoche Carangidae. It is commonly found in Indo-Pacific region. The CMFRI, Central Marine Fishery Research Institute, they are breeds this seed, and the farmers they collect the seed bring this seed from Mandapam, Tamil Nadu, from CMFRI center, and they cultivate such type of fish. You can see in the picture in Benami farm. And nowadays, next you can see in the next slide, is a Benami Chasi, the Benami farmer Tushar Jana in the Barghasipur village. They commercially produce such type of pomfret. We can take American pomfret or silver pomfret. MPEDA, Marine Product Export Development Authority, they give a trade name American pomfret, and we are also using American pomfret name because of the term of the pomfret. That's why. Another species, it is the pulse spot, Etroplus suretensis. It's a state fish of Kerala. Carrimine, the local name in Kerala, it is carrimine. It is also indigenous species, and this fish also pastime culture in our Haldia in a wide in a large scale by some women in our Haldia. The women also play good part for this type of farming activities, and they easily accept the environmental friendly activity. And on that day, you can see in the picture, we distribute that seed, and each woman successfully farm in their own pond, because this fish is a hardy fish, easily farm, easily can culture in polyculture mode in their pond. And nowadays in our Noyachar, the Iceland in near to Haldia, they are commercially produced this fish, Etroplus suretensis, pulse spot. The name in the Kerala, it is the carrimine, but we give a name Mukto Gacha because if they pearl in the body, that's why we give a name Mukto Gacha. The environmental friendly, the farmer adapting some measurement. I know the other part, they are using some palm seed and aerator. This is the adapting measurement in the good to produce a good environment in the aquatic system. They are using this type of activity. Now I show the thing. This is the organic juice or joibo juice. Day by day, it is popular in this region. It is a very environmental friendly and very economically viable technology. The haldia, it is a organic juice. It is using haldia, I'll tell, it is the yeast, groundnut oil cake, rice dust, molasses, and banana. It is an eco-friendly culture system. It is reduce environmental impact and productive. It is enhance the survival rate of fish. Growth also good growth. Feed conversion also good, and higher biosecurity measurement, cost-effective feed production. What farmer doing? They using groundnut oil cake, yeast, rice dust, and molasses. We call it chitegur. They in 1 decimal in water body. They using 300 gram groundnut oil cake, 250 gram rice dust, 300 gram molasses, 25 gram yeast. They keep in a tight container. You can see in the picture, drum. And third times water, he put third time water and the tied the and seal it. And after 48 hours, it is fermented. And then the farmers, it is applied. If it's nursery pond, it is using after 3 days interval. In grow culture system, many farmers can use in day by day. Few farmers using weekly, and some farmer 15 days interval. And then this Joibo juice, which is popularly day by day, because of the culture cost is very less, and the pond environment also good. Actually, the mechanism what is behind it, that the organic juice produce the carbon source. In a water body, ammonia gas is the form is nitrate, nitrous. It is a nitrogen. Ammonia is a very bad thing for aquaculture system. In aspect of environment, aquatic environment also. The producing the carbon source, they bind with nitrogen and reduce the effectiveness of ammonia, and also the wastage in the pond bottom. It is converted into proteaceous protein. This is the farmer's food. And also it produces the plankton, zooplankton. Maximum zooplankton is produced by using Joibo juice. And also it is control the aquatic environment and disease-free environment. That's why farmers day by day interested to using such type of organic farming, and that's why farmer easily use pond dye in various type of vegetable, using a various type of diversified fish in our aquaculture system. And for that reason, in this region, environmentally, farmer producing the fishes in their farm. Last not least, this is the Sifa GI scampi. It is also product of selective breeding process, genetically improved, fast growing strain. The Golda chingri we locally called, we call it scampi. But the farmers, for their slow growth, farmers are not interested to produce the Golda. Last few years, farmers don't like to produce scampi because they are disadvantaged. For that reason, Sifa they produce the fast growing scampi and name it Sifa GI scampi. And I am happy to share with you that last week in our Haldia farmers, in 4 progressive fish farmers from village of Borobari, village of Digasipur, village of Bargasipur, and village of Bamunchok, they collect this scampi in GI scampi in their pond system. It is culture in slightly in brackish order also. And story is that this farming scampi, Sifa, in collaboration with wild fish, they producing Macrobacterium rosenbergi. And today newspaper in Pratidin, Sangbad Pratidin, today's newspaper, it is published in today's newspaper that Unnoto Projatir Golda Chingri Chas Haldia. You all can see today's newspaper in internet in Sangbad Pratidin. The farmers in the picture, they stock this scampi in polyculture mode. And one of the most interesting thing is, although this type of prawn farming, their feed requirement is high protein feeds they require, more than 35% protein, which is a costly for farmers. But in GI Scampi, the farmers can easily culture in polyculture mode along with IMC. The protein requirement not more than 30% protein percentage, less than 30, like IMC. So that the farmers, they are producing GI Scampi also. You can see some newspaper cutting also. It is also cutting Haldia is a aqua hub. It is published in aqua also, and also it is also documentation from Bottoman, the higher official of the department is saying that the Haldia may be a fishery industry is great opportunity. Thank you everybody. That's thing today I discuss regarding my topic. The topic is integrated agriculture.
Thank you, Suman sir. You
Thank
tried to show your work as fishery extension officer in Haldia. Bengali people are fond of fish and they like fish from tiny small fish to big catfish also. In West Bengal, people use to take fish every day. It may be indigenous or hybrid, they like it very much. Fish farmers of Purba Medinipur are doing their work generation after generation and accustomed with different types of fish culture techniques. As a extension officer, your motivation for the fish farmer is encouraging. Any participant come entrepreneur can take the opportunity or challenge of fish farming in integrated manner. Actually, any education gain its perfection when we get the reflection of it in real life or perfectly use the knowledge for the earning in better and managed way. Thank you, Suman, for your very good deliberation and presentation. Do your work as extension officer more and more and encourage young and all the people of not only Haldia but Purba Medinipur and West Bengal to do more work on fish and fish farming and take it as their livelihood and encourage young generation also. And any question from participants?
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Yes, Suman,
Ma'am, Arnaba.
if you want to ask question.
Yes, so actually I am Arnaba Chatterjee. I have two specific questions for you. First
Please.
question is, you talked about carp. So actually carp, there is a mercury pollution happening in water, any freshwater or marine environment. So the carp consume the mercury and it gets biomagnified. So if the human population eat, then they will in turn suffer from mercury related diseases like Minamata, etc. So how to mitigate that? This is the first question. And the next question is, you talked about tilapia fish. So it is also like tilapia fish skin is used as a xenograft for treating burn patients. Can you have some, can you give some insights into that also? Thank you, sir.
First of your first question is it is related to environment and good aquaculture practice.
Yeah,
Yes. For that reason, right. That for that reason, in our farmers, they are using this organic juice, and they don't use any type of chemicals in their farms. Only organic juice and some supplemented feed. This is the floating feed, and for that reason, such type of incident we can avoid. And second question is tilapia. It is already I told in slide that this is a restricted culture. For producing tilapia, they have to collect the registration or certificate from Department of Fishery, and after then this is a good seed for farming. And so your question, I think I can give the answer, no? Okay.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about tilapia skin grafting. Like tilapia skin is used for treating burn patients, to cover the wound
Oh,
of
burning.
the burn. Yes, sir.
Acha,
Yes,
acha,
sir.
acha, acha,
That
acha.
is the thing. So, can you give some insights into that part? I was asking.
Okay. Now it's okay, but in actually I show in slide whatever they're doing practically. And that picture in reality I show you, but such type of you told us screen in tapping, such type of activity not doing in our region. That's why I not including such type of slide in my presentation.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any question? No question in chat box, I think. All are encouraging words and praising words. No such question. So, Dr. Das, I would like to request you for giving vote of.
Yes, madam. Sorry for poor net connection. Now I am. Suman sir, thank you for your nice study presentation. And today ready to say something. Suman sir, thank you for your today's presentation. Is very long. Thanks. And our next again lecture on 21st August.
2021, and the resource person is Vinita R. Bhatto, madam from Bangalore.
Bangalore, and all are requested to fill the registration form. Today we will post the link to our group, that is WhatsApp or Telegram group. Please stay with us. Thanks again.
The program is over here.
The program is over here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Usman sir.
Thank you, Usman sir.
Thank you very much.